First of all, my name's Deb. Or might know me as Mrs. Resell on Instagram. So welcome back to the second video. Sorry that it has taken so long to redo this. I have actually been very, very busy with setting up my eBay store again. So I had to make that priority, but I was conscious of the fact that I had said that I was doing a second video. So here I am. This is it. It's probably going to be another long video because I'm a bit of a perfectionist and I like to do it all properly. So the first thing I'm going to discuss is the pricing. I'm going to jump up for a second, get something. This is what we're going to do as a mock-up listing. This is just an item that I bought for $2 from the local op shop. And it's a tea berry blouse, a little floral blouse. So that's actually what we're first of all going to do. I've recorded the pricing of it. So I'll stop the video here and we'll do the pricing first and then we'll come back and do the listing. Okay, so now I'm going to just show you how I actually price my items. I usually do this before I start the listing. Sometimes I do it when I'm listing the item, if I'm on my laptop, because I have one window open with my listing, my listing open, and then I have another window open where I'm on eBay looking up prices. So I'm going to do this on my mobile phone again. So I'm on my eBay app. So this is what I do. I've got a Tilbury floral blouse that I want to sell, and I want to find out what they're selling for, what they're currently listed for, and what they're being sold for. I probably picked a brand that's it's not, when I say not popular, it's just there's not a lot of them, but I will show you what I do. So I go to my eBay app and I click in the search bar, see up the top, just under eBay, click in search. And this is what I do. I will search for tea berry, the brand name first, blouse, and floral. I try to keep it as short as possible. If you have it too detailed, it doesn't always work. So I just put in Tilbury blouse floral and I click search. And you can see it's listed all the Tilbury blouses, floral. There's actually more than I thought there was. So some have got sleeves, some, you're going to find anything exactly the same. So, okay, so now what it does, eBay searches it under best match. So I'm going to change the sort to lowest price and postage. I want to see what the lowest prices are being offered. So around, $19, $20, you can see, 22, 24, because we've got ours, I've just done the recording for the listing, and I think I listed it for $22.50, but, so that's, on the lowest price. Then I will sort, I'll have a look, I just have a quick look under the highest price, see what the highest price you can see there. Oh, these might be new ones, so sorry. We'll go to the filter and click on condition and used. Yep, so that's going to decrease it. So there's only 11 of those. So I go back to sort, lowest price. So it's around $19. It's the lowest price. That's what sellers are asking for. That's not necessarily how you determine your price. What determines the price is sold. So I'm going to go back to the filter and click on show more. And this is really important. You click on sold items. And so there's only 3 there. And this, as you can see, one sold for $6, one sold for $10, but one sold for $26. So you kind of have to, like, I wouldn't list mine for $6. That was obviously, you can see, it was an auction. This is why I don't
have auctions on especially on clothing. So, and someone sold theirs for $10. That was again, it was an auction, but you can see down the bottom. Let me just, I think that's a pre-owned one. I'll go back to my filter, make sure I've got pre-owned. Yes. So you can see that someone had their Tilbury size 14 green floral scuba. They had it as a buy now, and they got $26 for it. And they had best offer on it, so someone's actually paid full price for that. I can see by the, and that's sold at the beginning of September. So you could actually list yours for around $26 to see if you can get that. That's actually what determines the listing price for me. I don't go by what sellers currently have theirs listed for, because there's a myriad of choices that you can make. You don't want to go too low. You don't want to go too high. So I just know that there was one that sold for $26. So I will offer around that price. So that's actually how I price my items. Now I'm going to use another example. I'm going to go back to my search. I'm just trying to think of I'm going to use a, say it was a country road blouse. So I'll show you an example, because that's probably, there's a lot more of that. So we type in country road and shirt, because I think they do mostly shirts. Click search. Okay, go to the filter and select, make sure it's on pre-owned. So where is that? Condition. So click on condition and we go to pre-owned. So we can see there's 1,106 of those currently listed. So we click show results, go to the sort in the middle, click on lowest price and postage, see what's, you can see someone's, well, they're showing up the auction, so I might go back to filter and find, I'm not sure if it's in filter. Basically, I'm trying to find the buy it now option. Might be in the sort. Oh, here it is, yeah. See the buying option and all listings, auctions. I'm going to click on buy it now. So it brings it down. So it's just showing all the buy it now prices, and sort lowest price to, yep. So you can see how low some people do go. But again, that's not necessarily what I ask for. If we go to the sort again, we go to the highest price. I just like to have a look anyway, just to see what sort of competition I've got. Okay, so you can see some people asking quite high. Then we go back to the filter and we click on the sold. And this is what is the most interesting, sold. I've got it currently sorted to the highest price. So you can see fairly recently someone paid $65 for a pre-owned Country Road blouse shirt. Someone else paid $60, $59. And if we go back to sort end date recent, I like to have a look at what's selling recently. So there we go. Someone bought one today for $22.55, $24.95. These are all today's sales: $20, $35, $31, $20. Now, with that, you can get an average price. Like if I had a Country Road shirt, I probably would, depending on how nice it is and what it is, I'm going to go for up around $30, $35 probably. You can ask more, obviously, but yeah, I like to work on volume sales, so I don't want it sitting there for ages. As long as I get my profit, if I've paid $2 for that shirt, I'm actually happy to get $25. But I might try it at 35. If no, it's not sold within, say, a couple of weeks, I'll start to lower the price. So yeah, so this is, it's all personal choice, but this is a good way just to see what customers are prepared to pay for it. So you can see they're all up in the 20s there. So I'd probably go, but anywhere between $25 and $30, $25 and $35 maybe for my price. Yeah. So you'll get used to that. It's a learning process, and it's also obviously an individual choice. So don't go too low, don't go too high. Well, you can aim high, but if you want to move your items, you just list it so you can see, like, there's an average, you can work out an average price of what's sold in the last couple of days, what to list your item for. So that's that.
So we're back again. Now that we've done the pricing, I'm now going to take you through step by step. It's a bit of a long process, how to actually do your listing. And I've done it on a eBay app on a mobile phone. I do all of my listings on my laptop, but I am actually starting to use the eBay app more, just because it's I just find it sometimes it's a little bit more portable, and I can do it, but I do, when I'm doing a whole lot of listings, like if I might have 20, 30 to do at the same time, I'll definitely do it on my laptop, because I'm actually an ex-secretary and I type fast, and that's my preference. So when I do it in batches, but if I'm doing one or two here and there, I'll use the app. And the other reason I do it on the laptop is because I have a template. So I just prefer to use that. So now we'll get into listing. Just to preface this, to say, it will seem like it will take forever just to do one listing, and it does when you're first starting off. I'm just being realistic, it will. But it's like any job that you relearn, anything that you're learning, the more you do it, the faster you'll get. You will get faster and faster and faster. But you've got to start somewhere. So don't be put off by how long it takes you when you're first doing the first half a dozen listings. It will, because you're just not used to it, and it seems like there's a lot of information. But we all have to start somewhere, and you will get faster as you go, and then you'll be like all the other resellers, churning out 10, 15 listings, in an hour. Well, it depends on what it is, but you will get faster. So let's get into the listing.
Okay, so now we're going to list an item. So what I'm doing this on the eBay app on my mobile phone. So this is the way you do it on a mobile phone, and probably the majority of people will use their mobile phone. So you've opened your app, so you press the little three little lines up the top left-hand corner, go to selling, find selling. Click list an item. Now it's going to ask you to describe your item, so I usually just put in the brand name, so it's Teaberry blouse. Oops, spelt that wrong. Teaberry blouse. What it does is it looks for something that's currently listed by another seller, in case you want to sell something similar. See, it lists all the current listings, and you can click on that and copy some of but I don't. I do a completely brand new listing. So go down to the bottom where it says continue to listing. And you select pre-owned, because it is a pre-owned item. If I'm going a little bit fast, it's because I had actually already recorded this, and lost the file, so I've had to redo it. So I would just suggest, if you are following this video, just to open your eBay, or you probably have to watch it on a laptop, just stop and start the video and do it. That's the way I've done things when I'm learning, if you're learning from a YouTube video. So the first thing is the title. So see to the right, there's a little pencil, grey pencil. You click on that, and this is going to edit the title. Now the title is probably one of the most important things about your listing, because this is what your customers will search for when they're looking for an item on eBay. So you can see you've got 80 characters to use. I use up as much as possible. Like, I wouldn't just leave it as Teaberry Blouse. I am actually going to put Teaberry Blouse. I always put the brand name first, Teaberry, and then what it is, it's a blouse. But I also put something like, I will go oblique shirt, because even though it's not a shirt, if a customer is looking, they like the brand Teaberry and they just type in Teaberry shirt, your listing will come up, you know, as an option for them. So that's what I put, Teaberry blouse shirt. Your description or your title does not have to make sense. It's really like just putting in keywords. So I've got Teaberry blouse shirt, and then I'm going to put flowers as well as floral, because if they might search for either flowers or either floral, so I've covered both bases there. Floral. Excuse my cat. She's being naughty. Always naughty when I'm recording. So we've got Teaberry blouse shirt, flowers, floral. And I'm going to now describe the colour. So I'll put black. It's actually black with pink flowers, but I don't put the word within. I just put black, pink. Yeah, I am going to put flowers in again, aren't I? You could take that word, other extra word flowers out, but because we've got quite a few characters still left, I've just put it in again. So it's, and then I also put the size in. Size 16. And it is sleeveless, so I'm going to put that in. All this information also goes on your listing form, but I'm going to put it in the description as well. Yep, and so we've used up most of the characters. We've got 6 left. So that should do for your title. So really it's going to read Teaberry blouse, shirt, flowers, floral, black, pink, flowers, size 16. So they're like keywords. They're what a customer will search for. So if a customer just searches for Teaberry blouse, size 16, hopefully yours should come up in the listings. So go back to the main listing form now by clicking the little arrow at the top left hand corner of the screen next to the word title. That's how you go back to it. And now we're going to add photos. I've already taken the photos, and I've taken them with my mobile phone as well, and edited them all that, so they're just sitting in my gallery. So you click that little blue and white plus sign, click that. I click select from gallery, and here's my photos. I had 4 of them. That third photo is showing some of the imperfections. And then we go click upload. And you'll see once the photos are uploaded, they brighten up. Now, again, you go back to the main listing form by clicking the little arrow at the top left-hand side of the screen next to the word photos. That's how you always go back to the front of the listing form. So your photos are on there. The next one underneath is item specifics. Now, this is, there's quite a lot in here, especially with clothing. I fill out as much as I can, because that does come up on a search as well. Okay, so we're back now. I had to turn off the recording because, yeah, must have been some sort of eBay glitch. It wasn't working. But this is what you should see when you get after you've loaded your photos up, you see item specifics, and there is a lot of things in there. So you're going to click on the little pencil to the right of the word item specifics, and you'll see what I mean. Now, we've already got condition. It is in. If I click on that pre-owned, it'll show you, you can, if it's new without tags, new with defects, or new with tags, but this is a pre-owned one, so that's what I've selected. So I'm going to go back now by clicking on the little arrow to the left of the word condition. Brand. Now see, for some reason it's picked up the word pink, but it's not, that's not the brand name. The brand name is Teaberry, so I need to change that. So click on that brand pink, click on that, and clear selected. You can just scroll through to see if there's anything in there that says Teaberry, but I can't see anything. The quickest way is to click in the search where it says enter a value up the top under the word brand. So I'm going to type in Teaberry. Right, I should have actually made that a capital T, so I'm just going to, you'll see why in a minute. So Teaberry, click search. Okay, so nothing's come up. So see the little plus sign next to the word Teaberry, second from the bottom. So you click on that so that it adds, so that's actually added it in now as the brand name. So go back to the main listing form again by clicking on the arrow top left hand corner. So you've got to go through all of this, like click on the material. I know that it's polyester, so I'm just going to search for it here in the list, usually in alphabetical order. Click polyester. Style, I'm just going to click basic. Color, well, it's not entirely black, so I'm going to click on color black, and usually they have a multicolored option, so I'm going to click that. And then we go down to the size, click on that. You'll see, you can, if it's a small, medium, large, whatever, but I know that it says size 16, so I leave that as it is. Type, yes, it is a blouse, so yeah, I just leave it as that. Go back. Sleeve length, I don't need to change that. That says sleeveless. Theme, flower, so yes, it is flower. Size type, regular. I'll just check. You could put plus because it's size 16, but I've left it as regular. So go back. Fabric type, I think they ask that again. I'm not sure why, but okay, so I'm going to type in where it says enter a value, same as before. Polyester. Polyester. And then just click the little add sign so that it adds it in. Yeah, I'm not sure why it asks you that twice. Neckline, I know it's a V-neck, so see if there's a V-neck option. Yes, V-neck. Go back. And I think that's it. So with those, you're not going to be able to know everything. Just fill out what you do know. I have heard that eBay might be bringing in that every option has to be answered soon. But if that's the case and you don't know, there should be, like, you can actually just type in unknown just so that it's filled out and you can go on with the listing. So the next one is category. This is really important to make sure you've got it in the right category because some customers do actually just go searching through categories. So I can see there it's in clothing, shoes and accessories, women's clothing and tops. So that's in the right category. Now the one underneath it, you'll see it says store category. That's your category. You can set up little categories within your store if you've got a store, and I have. So if I click on that, you'll see, if I click on other, see all these here, I've actually set those up in my store when I was selling stuff. They're all pre-set up. But for this purpose, you don't really need to do that right now until you've got, larger store. As long as you've got it in the eBay category, customers can still see that on the left-hand side, usually when they're searching. So I just wanted to show you that. Now, the description. This here is where you actually describe the item. So if you click on the little pencil, it's picked up all the information that you've put in so far in case you want to use that. And so I'm just going to edit this and call it Tea Berry Blouse. And I'll put with this is usually how I do it anyway. It's a bit different from the title because it's got to make sense. Tea Berry Blouse, black with pink flowers. And I'm going to take out, a lot of customers don't always read the description. They just look at the photos and the title. So just keep it brief. Tea berry blouse, black with pink flowers. And take that out again. And it's size 16. I use the template, but this is what I would do if it's on a mobile phone. Sleeveless. Condition is pre-owned. I think I'll leave that there. You don't even have to have this about because it shows up on the postage anyway. Now here I always put, I did measure it and I've forgotten my measurements, so this is just going to be a guess. So I put measurements. I always measure my, always measure my clothing. Some sellers put their tape measure on it in the photo, but I prefer just to measure it and put it in here. So measurements, I put width, and I put here in brackets, measured, laying flat. So width, or it's actually the bust. I remember I measured it across, and I think it was 91 centimetres from memory, 91 centimetres. Next line I'll put length, and I just say how I've measured it. So I've measured from top of shoulder to bottom of blouse. And I think that was 75.5. I'm not sure if it was, but just for this exercise. So there's your description. So it's a tea berry blouse, black with pink flowers, size 16, sleeveless, condition is pre-owned, and then the measurements. Now, this particular blouse has got a small defect on it, so you always make sure that you put a photo of the defect and you describe it, because if you don't, your customer, you'll be sure to, a customer will want a refund because you didn't put that in the description. So this is how I would put it. I'll just put small defect, small defect at bottom of blouse. It's actually at bottom of front of blouse, isn't it? And then I put in brackets, see last pick, and that is already loaded up. See last pick, so that they can actually just have a look at it. Okay, so you've done your description. Hit the little arrow to go back, And now pricing. Okay, so see there, it's got they always offer you to start it off as an auction, but I don't like doing auctions. I like to have buy it now. So auctions have their place depending on what it is, but for this case we're going to do it as a buy it now. So you need to edit that by clicking the little pencil to the right of pricing. See how it's got auction as a little blue dot to the right of it? You turn that off by pressing the little blue dot, so that takes off the auction, and then it switches it over to buy it now. So underneath there you'll see online trending price. Somehow they've actually picked up what would be the market price for a blouse like that, and that's pretty close, because when I did the price check, that is roughly what I noticed that the average prices were selling for. So you can actually leave that price, but if you want to ask less or more, you just click on the price. I'm actually going to ask $25. And easy pricing, I don't use that. What that is that it lowers the price gradually over time. I think it's every week it lowers the price for you automatically if it hasn't sold. But I don't use that because I like to have control over switching to lowering the price myself. So I leave that turned off. And if you click on more options, it should bring up, yeah, just make sure the quantity is correct. Scheduled start time, I leave that off because I just, whenever I list the item, that's when I don't schedule it, basically. Now there is an option where you can add where the customer can offer best offer. I am trying to find that, but I can't see where it is. Let me just go back again. Offers. Oh, okay, it is on there. So hang on, we'll go back into the pricing. Auction buy it now, online trending, more options. Oh, there it is. See where it says offers Australian $5 or higher. See, we want more than $5. So if you're going to put on best offer, I personally don't anymore. I used to, but I was getting finding that it was just taking, I get really low ball offers, and it was just taking too much time. So I leave that off for now. I'm actually just experimenting to see. Yeah, so I've left it off. But if you want to put best offer on, so click on offers and click on allow offers, which is already on there. And then you see there's a minimum offer amount. You can take that off and just leave it at that. And that way, every offer that comes in, you can look at it and then decide or not. But if you want to set it on automatic, you can put minimum offer amount, and say you might want to go as low as $15. You just add that in, and that means if a customer offers you $15 or more, the sale will go through automatically without you authorizing it or checking it, basically. But for this one, I'm actually going to take it off. So I'll go don't allow offers. It's purely a personal choice as to what you prefer to do. A lot of resellers do recommend putting best offer on, and a lot of sellers do have success with that. But I'm just, yeah, for this purpose, I'm not going to. Okay, so I've set it at $25. The easy pricing is off. I've got offers, that is no, and just check that the quantity is correct, is 1, and we're not scheduling it. So go back now. Now, delivery. Most items that I sell are usually, they fit in the small satchel. Like this little blouse will definitely fit in a satchel. Sometimes these items will even fit in an envelope, but I just use satchel prices for now. So my satchel price I charge is $9.50, so I'm going to change that. Okay, so to change the postage cost, down the bottom there, you click on that where it says buyer pays AU $8.95. My satchel prices I charge are always $9.50. So you click on the the dollar amount there so that you can change it. Just delete it, backspace it. I charge $9.50, which is basically $9.20 for the satchel and a little bit extra for any bubble wrap or tissue paper that I have, and click done when that's done. And then we go back by clicking on the arrow up to the left of postage cost to take you back one step. And just to mention, sorry, we'll just go back onto the postage. No, it's not there. Oh, sorry. Yeah, if you scroll down, you have got option to send internationally as well. I do send some items internationally, but not all. Basically, I only send any items that are weighed, that are under 500 grams. Anything over that, it becomes way too expensive for the customer to pay, and it also becomes quite complicated because the weight increments are different for lots of countries. But I have a flat rate charge that I charge, which is about $35, and that covers the whole, basically the whole world. It just means that some people in some countries are paying a little bit more. I think I just based it on the highest cost place, which was, I think it was UK. So it was around $35, and I just leave it at that way. I don't need to calculate different rates for different countries. I don't get a huge amount of international customers, but I do get some. And so I do offer any of my items that are under 500 grams just at that flat rate. And if you were to click on that post internationally, you'll see there, basically you go in there, select a service, and you just select flat rate and put in whatever amount that you think is, yeah, that's a little bit more complicated, which I might cover in another video. But for this purpose, I'm just going to leave that off. And of course, local pickup. If you do want to offer local pickup, you click on that, and yes, but I'm not going to, so I'll turn that off. And so we've changed just make sure we've changed that price yet to $9.50. Go back now one step by clicking on the arrow to the left of delivery. Scroll down, then we've got preferences. This is where you will put in your handling time and your PayPal address. So if you click on the little pencil to the right of preferences, it'll bring up options there. So, and if you were to click on payment methods, which I will do now, click on that blue PayPal address, and basically there's all your options. I have my PayPal address in there, which when a customer pays you by PayPal, it goes straight into your PayPal that way. There are options for Visa, MasterCard, American Express, bank transfer, pay on pickup, cash on delivery, even money orders and bank checks or personal checks. But most people just stick to PayPal or bank transfer. So I will click on bank transfer. You can click on that enter bank account details and enter it in there. Mine's already in my account under my seller account, so that's just gone in automatically. You don't have to offer bank transfer. I very rarely get that nowadays anyway. It's mostly always paid by PayPal, and of course eBay are now bringing in managed payments, so that's going to change altogether, but I'm not on that just yet, so I just stick to PayPal. So then we'll go back, click back, and back again. So we've done all the, and I have handling time. You'll see there I've got 2 business days. I always have it set at 2 business days. It just gives me that little bit extra time if I get busy and don't. I do, like if the customer's paid on that day before midday, I do a post out in the afternoon. So I will, if it's my postage day, at the moment I am doing every day, but I'm thinking of cutting it down to like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so that those 2 business days will cover that. But it's good to just get it into the post as quickly as possible within your schedule. But I wouldn't offer sorry, I wouldn't take any more than like about 2 business days, because customers do like to have their item post fairly quickly, and you don't want to get any negative feedback about postage being too slow, which sometimes happens. But yeah, basically, if you stick to this, by the second business day, just get it into the post for your customer. Okay, so we've done preferences, and yep, that's basically then you list your item. You can preview it if you want to. If we click on preview, you'll see this is how it'll show up on your listing on eBay Live. And so we'll go back, or you can save it for later as a draft. Otherwise, you just click list your item and you're away. Okay, so we're back. The last thing that we're going to discuss in this video is whether to open an eBay store or just list without the store. So I've actually set up a bit like a PowerPoint thing now, which will show you, I'll show you on the screen what the different options are. But basically, just in a nutshell, if you don't have an eBay store, I think you get 40 listings free first before they actually start charging you for each listing. So most people, if you're going to do it full time and do it seriously, will set up a basic. I've only ever used a basic store because I've never had any more than, I've had just under, a few hundred listings at a time, because that was just the way I did it back then, because I had my hamper business as well. So I couldn't do both. I just used to sell a lot of giftware and some of my hampers, and that was enough for me. So I've always only ever had a basic store, and I think that's about $25.95, and you get it's actually a good deal that they offer at the moment. You get 600 free listings before they start charging you for the extra listing. So, which works out, when you've got a store, it only works out to be about 5 cents a listing. That will take a little bit of getting to know and getting used to too. But if you just stick with either, if you've got less than 40 listings, stick without an eBay store, then you don't pay anything, for those 40 listings, except for your final value charge. And I'll explain that in the PowerPoint display that I'm going to show you in a minute. And then if you want to go more than 40 items, then it's you want to really get into a basic store is all you need. And then you've got up to 600 listings then. So you just basically paying for your, you then start to pay for your list, your store fee, which I think is about $25 a month. And then you've got up to 600 listings to play around with then. And that's all, you pay that plus your final value fee. That is when your item's sold. They charge you, depending on the category, it's up around 9.5% on an average, depending in which category your item sells. I always allow 9.5% that I pay for every item that sells, and then I just I add in my my store fee per month. That's what I use when I'm pricing my items. As long as I cover my monthly rental fee, $25 is nothing compared to what I used to pay in a conventional shop. I used to pay in the regional town, now it's up around $550, $600 a week in rent. So I do it all from home now. So $25 a month it's like paying a shop rental basically, and then you have 600 free listings. So it's a really, really good way to sell from home. So we'll get into that. Okay, now the final thing that I just wanted to discuss with you is the eBay fees and whether you need to just sell without a store or with a store. So you'll see here, the first slide I've got is there are two types of fees. There is a listing fee and then there's a final value fee. So the listing fee is basically when you list your item for sale. You will get charged a listing fee depending on whether you've got a store or not a store. And then once your item does sell, you then get charged a final value fee. So those fees are as such. Okay, so your listing fees without a store, you basically get 40 listings that are free. So you don't need to have a store and you can list items up to 40 items for free, and then you just get charged your final value fee if the item sells. If you go over 40 items without a store, you will be charged $1.65 per listing for items priced up to $100. And then if your item is for sale for more than $100, you will be charged $3.85 per listing. So you can see how this gets quite expensive if you are going to start going over 40 listings, and that's when you might start looking at a store. So we'll go to the store fees now. So basically, when you've got a store, you pay a $24.95 monthly fee, and for that $24.95 you get 600 free listings, which is quite a lot. Then if you go over those 600 free listings, then you start getting charged 5 cents per listing. So you can see that having a store works out quite good value when especially if you're going to go over 40 listings, and that's quite easy to do when you get going. So that's the one that I have. I have a basic store and I usually just keep under the 600 free listings. And then you have got the option of a featured store. Basically then it goes up, you get 1,500 free listings, and then before you're charged 5 cents per listing. And then the anchor store, of course, that's huge. Yeah, that's quite expensive, $549 or $550. And then you get 250,000 free listings. And then once you go over those 250,000 free listings, you get charged to 5 cents per listing. Most sellers who are working from home just stick to the basic store. That is all I've ever used over the 15 years that I've been selling on eBay. And have never had to go up to the featured store. And I know some sellers actually just have a couple of stores. They might have a couple of, basic stores. But it's, really just depending on how many listings that you're going to have. And then, of course, then we've got the final value fee is... basically, it does depend on whether you've got a basic store, a feature store, an anchor store, the percentage. Basically, as you're paying more for your store, like if you've got a featured store, the percentage goes down. But looking at you can see there all the different percentages. The basic store, it will depend on which category your item is listed in. You just need to have a look. That information is, if you just search for it in the help, you'll see there's all different rates. But I always allow about 9.5% because most of mine fit in that category. So that's basically once your item sells, if it's sold for $20, then you just take off that 9.5% that belongs to eBay. If you've got a basic store. And that also, I think, applies if you don't have a store as well. It's just, it slides between the rate of 6 to 9.5%, but you might need to check that because I I'm not sure whether I actually included that. Yeah, but it's yeah, basically they're the percentage rates. So I'm going to end off here now on this slide and just say goodbye. And I hope this information's been helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. I think the next video is going to be a little bit shorter. I covered 3 different areas in this one video, so it's made it a bit long, but I will see you in the next video. It should be up in another 2 weeks from today, which is this might be Thursday, the 24th of September by the time it's loaded up. So I will see you then, and thanks for listening. Bye.